Hi guys. Um, the farmland you're seeing on the screen um is actually a zero tillage farming system. So whereby the soil is not tilled, like is not plowed before cultivating maize farm. So actually it's a very good idea and it has a lot of benefits. It has a lot of benefits. Which is that first off, it's there will be undisturbed soil, and which will makes the nutrients in the soil to be at a good position grab. So all the nutrients at the top soil will be available for the plants to uptake for their nutrients. So and but okay, before I go on to the disadvantage, another thing is that it also helps the plant to grow well, due to the fact that the nutrients will be more available since the soil wasn't disturbed. And another thing is that it helps to prevent what we call erosion, because due to the fact that the soil wasn't plowed, so it won't change the topography of the soil structure. It won't be changed, so everything will still be the way it is, and so there won't be any slope or any contour in the in the farm, so which will prevent what we call erosion. Another thing is that you will see that though the weed management is not weeding is not managed well. The weeding is not managed well, but it was curbed to some extent. But one of the advantage of this zero tillaging is that when you actually weed using what we call herbicides, you grab. So and the weeds that die through that process, or that got rid through that process, will still remain on the farm, and which will serve as a mulching to the plants and to the soil, whereby preserving the soil nutrients in the soil and preserving the moisture level of the soil. So anytime, whenever the rain falls, and whenever it rains, and maybe the following day it starts the sun starts scorching, and starts scorching on the land. So the dead weeds will serve as a shield, be able to protect the soil from high excessive transpiration. So the sun won't be able to uptake high amount of water away from the soil, whereby preserving the amount of water in the soil for the plants to use. So there will be a very efficient water transportation through the plant system, through the plantation system, so which will help the plants to grow well. So it will boost their growth, and you'll be able to have a chubby stem. So that's one of the advantage of zero tillaging. So another advantage of zero tillaging is that it also helps in okay, we talked about erosion. It also helps in leaching of the soil. So it also helps in leaching. So because it also prevents leaching rather. So what we meant by leaching is that when there's a high deposit of water in a particular region in the land, so leaching starts to occur. That is the movement of the nutrients that is around the topsoil. So the nutrients available around the topsoil for plants to uptake will start to go down. So the water that has been deposited at that particular region will start pushing the nutrients away from the topsoil down to the subsoil, down in depth to the groundwater level. So which will let the nutrients to not be available again for the plant to use. So it also helps to eradicate that. So leaching actually occurs when there is a irregular plowing of the land. So maybe the maybe when a tractor plows the land and there's an irregularities in the plowing, so it can actually form a contour whereby there will be a high valley and then it will be in depth, so then another high valley. So when rain falls, first off there will be an erosion. So the when the erosion occurs, so the water will be washed away from the upper valley down to the depth, to the contour level, so whereby depositing all the soil particles from the up layer down to the depth of the soil. So and whereby after the deposition, so it starts leaching, the water starts pushing away the nutrient into the soil, down to the soil. And when the nutrients is already down to the soil, to below the topsoil, so it won't be available again for the maize plant. So and they won't be able to uptake nutrients again. So that is one of the major advantage of zero tillaging system, so which is very good. But the cons there is that first off is the weed management, which is happening here. So though there are some chemicals that one can actually apply now that they are very selective, especially for maize, but let's just assume that we are not planting maize, that we are planting other crops that has no specified herbicide for it. So it should just be as if one would just have to be doing manual weeding, and when manual weeding starts to occur, then there's nothing like zero tillage again, because you're already disturbing the soil. It's just as if you are already plowing up the soil. Because when we talk about zero tillage, it means that you plant your crop exactly the position, the way the soil is initially. So maybe when you come to a particular farm, the way you made the soil, that is how you start planting. So you didn't do any man activity, any plowing activities whereby it will start to disturb the soil, start to change the physical properties of the soil, start to change all the chemical properties inside the soil and everything like that. So that's what we call the zero tillage. So for maize, I think it's very, very applicable. This is the fact that when they want to do the weeding, it won't require them to start using hoe or cutlass to disturb soil. They just apply this selective herbicide, what we call atrazine. So atrazine is one of the effective selective herbicide for maize, whereby it's going to kill off the weed and while not harming the maize plants. So that's just about zero tillaging. So when you want to plant, when you intend planting maize, zero tillaging is the best for you to use, especially on a farmland that has maybe a low grass. So not maybe you want to do your farming and it's where you are doing, when you want to do it is a bush. So there's not you can perform zero tillaging. So you have to bulldozer all the big weeds, big trees in it before you can start applying, before you can start operating any farm activities on it. So that's not about zero tillaging. Zero tillaging is very good, but it needs some critical management, intensive operations before you can realize the benefits in it. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Love you all. Bye bye.